Ruby Rose, it's boy. The volume was about her. This volume was make or break when it comes to Ruby's character development. She basically offs herself. Ultimately, they had no choice but to have her return as herself. I get that. You can't have a character in the show for kids erase herself or be someone else or change and then have her not ultimately come around and choose to be herself. I get that. But the way they went about it was so bland, so boring. I said in that video that Ruby had to be changed some way. She had to be forever changed some way. If at the end of the volume, oh, I'm more determined to take down Salem. Let's go. I'm still the leader of Team RWBY. Let's go get him. I said if that was the case, the volume would be filler. I can't now turn around and say that it's not filler. Unfortunately, I have no choice but to say Ruby Rose in volume 9 was kind of a filler because in the end, nothing changed. I was okay with her not being the leader. If she came out at the end of this and said, you know what, guys, I'm still myself. I'm going to go my own way. I can't be the leader anymore. That would be enough. Even that would have been enough. That alone, her saying, I don't want to be the leader anymore. That would have been enough. Something, even the small of a change. But what happened was you heard her mom say when she was a kid that, love you just the way you are.
I love you just the way you are.
And that was enough. Okay, that's fine story-wise, like narratively, that's fine, but it's weak. And then you have her come back and just be Ruby Rose. All right, guys, I'm back again. I'm over my depression because I heard my mom say when I was a kid that she loved me. Your mom didn't see you be a bad leader and make mistake after mistake after mistake. You're still depressed, but she hears that and she's like, all right, I'm going to be myself again. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's filler. It's filler. She's literally what I said I didn't want them to do. It wasn't strong enough. That's the problem. See, you have a strong character moment, a strong scene, something that with some actual meat on the bone, you can get from I don't want to be me anymore to I want to be me if it's something significant. But all she heard was I love you just the way you are, which is what all moms say to little kids. So I don't know how that takes away her depression. I mean, it works fine narratively. It was just weak. It was just weak. Let me tell you what they should have done. They should have had Ruby full on become Summer Rose. Now, how does that work? Now, how do you get away with that? Because ultimately she's choosing not to be herself, but she sees her mom as this super mom, this perfect woman. So her wanting to be like her mom kind of works. It is not creepy. It is not like depressing in that way. It works better. Like you can get away with that narratively. It's not a bad message. Like, oh, I want to be like my mom, so I'm gonna choose my mom. So Ruby chooses her mom. She is alive and kicking, and she is in the ever after. And she's like, what the hell's going on? Why am I here? Then we see a full-on badass Summer Rose fighting the cat. Summer Rose fights, she wins. She sees Yang. She says, oh my God, it's Yang. You look so old. What's going on? Where am I? Where's Ruby? She breathes in some of the tree dust, some of that good tree weed. She breathes that in. She gets all of Ruby's memories. Kind of like how the cat got all of Neo's feelings. We'll talk about Neo sooner rather than later. My gosh. She senses all and feels all of what Ruby saw. So they don't have to explain what happened. She just knows. And she's like, all right, I know what I need to do. You have some dialogue in there, whatever. They'll talk. Summer Rose will go back to the tree and the tree will ask her, what do you want to be? She'll say, I want to be a mother to my daughter one last time. Just beautiful stuff. If executed well, it will work well. If it's cheesy and done wonky, then it'll be bad. A mother to my daughter one last time. That's what she wants. And she becomes that. But then Summer will talk to Ruby and she'll talk to her. And that is strong enough scene. And I can buy that. Ruby hearing her mom say when she was a kid, I love you just where you are. That's not strong enough for me to buy. Her depression would end. I want to be myself. But if she talked to Summer Rose and had a conversation with her mom, something she probably thought she'd never do ever again, that is a strong enough scene to justify in my mind that Ruby will say, okay, you know what? I do want to be myself. My mom believes in me. She's suffered through a lot. She'll express that to Ruby, that you wanted to be me, but I screwed up. I made more mistakes than you ever did. Trust me, I've seen what you saw. I fucked up. And this is why you need to be yourself. And a scene like that would be strong enough for me to justify, okay, she's good now and she can be herself because she had a conversation with her freaking mom, the woman who she thought was the greatest huntress ever. And she could see, no, my mom had issues. My mom suffered through the same thing that I did, but she pushed on. That's a strong scene. She's literally talking to her mom, the woman she idolized. Summer Rose goes off. Now she's reinvigorated and then I can buy that. Okay, that's strong enough. I don't know what to say about Ruby Rose, man. It's unfortunate because I honestly thought that this volume was one of the better volumes, but they just had to go the easiest, simplest, safest route in the finale instead of actually trying to do something that took some courage writing wise.